Welcome back to this episode of Show and Tell After Dark, our grown woman episode. Yes. We have two new beautiful faces. Can you introduce yourselves?
My name is Nova. I'm a mom of one, and I'm an entrepreneur from Boston.
Yes.
Periodical.
My name is Jamel. I'm a mom of three. We have to say for a mom?
3 girls, 3 babies.
I mean, obviously, I'm a mom.
Yeah, right.
I'm a mom of 3, and I'm an entrepreneur of Boston as well.
I love it.
And also, guys, shout out to Jamil Woody for my motherfucking hair, because she did it, baby.
Yeah.
My motherfucking friend and hairstylist, baby. We met in cosmetology school 2 years ago. Sorry, thank you, baby. Oh, shit. Shit.
So where we left off, we were sharing our relationships with our mothers.
Yes.
And how it affects us into the women we are today, or the mothers we are today, or the girlfriends we are today. Jennifer, how about you?
Let's pick back up with Jennifer.
Yes, your relationship with your mom, and how does it make you the woman you are today?
To start off, the relationship with my mom is terrible.
Why you say that? As of today, it's too terrible?
Yeah.
Okay, why you say that?
First, we never have a good start up. My mom had me when she was 15.
My mom too.
She did not know what to do when she had me, and the whole drama between her side of the family and my side of my dad's family. My mom had the dumb idea to bring me to another island and left me there.
Jesus.
So I was abandoned when I was 3 months.
Jesus.
So I have 5 different families until my dad took me back.
Jeez.
So at 7,
Come on now.
Shout out to Daz.
Come on.
so with
That's
7
right.
years old, I got to meet live with my stepmom. So she didn't make my life easy.
Yeah.
And
Stepmoms usually don't.
No, my stepmom was really mean,
Yeah.
and she always blamed me for everything bad that happened in the house. Even when I was not in the house, it was my fault.
That's right.
So my mom wasn't there. My dad was always working, so I didn't have someone to protect me.
Right.
So I was taken and put in a house where basically I just served as a maid until I was 17, and my dad passed out. So after my dad died,
He did?
yeah, my dad died. I was 17.
Jesus.
So I had to go. I went outside in Portugal to study. So for me, all that. So my mom never really been in my life, and she had with going all that, she had other kids with other men, and all that stuff. So she was never present, and that affected me a lot because today, as a woman that I am, I cannot see my mom as a mother. I see her as just a woman that gave me birth.
Yeah, it's like
And
that sometimes.
she was never the person that. Give you a simple example.
Yeah.
When I went to school, I wanted to go to school again, and she turned around and it's like, "Do you ever get tired of school? Why can't you just get a good job that gives you money?" And the only reason why she would do that is because she needed the money that I gained, so she can get part of it.
Yeah.
So they always use it because my grandma, my mom's mom, ended up helping me with school. So she always uses that as a thing. Oh, we did for you, so you can do for us. I'm Cape Verdean, and it's a really different environment and stuff. And I didn't grow up with a household family.
Yeah.
I grew up with as I grow up, I grab a little bit of everything.
I understand
as
that.
I was
Takes a village.
going.
100%.
Yeah.
So I build up my own personality, and I'm a little bit hard and tough.
Yeah.
But it's because life was never easy
You've
for me.
had to be.
And his mom is important in your life because you don't have someone that nurtures you. You don't have someone that you can tell something. When something is happened to you, imagine you in a household where the one that you think had to be your mom, even as she didn't give birth to you, but that's your stepmom and married to your dad. So
Yes,
she's supposed to treat you as a kid, as everybody else, because it doesn't matter if I'm from another woman, but I was there before you came in.
Come on. That's
So
the one.
I should
That's the one.
have
Where
some.
my bill at? Because I need to ring my bill.
This is your bill.
Hey, that's the one right there. That's yes, ma'am.
So for me, it's like you have to give love. You have to
That's
give
right.
attention because I'm going to look for that, and that will happen to me. I'm terrible in a relationship, and I was telling one of the boys, I'm terrible in a relationship because I end up realize I was too needy
Yeah.
because I never had that. So when I get in a relationship, I'm like this. I'm
Yeah.
giving you everything.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
me.
yeah.
I'm giving you all of me. So I'm always looking for that extra attention. I'm trying to please you,
Yeah.
do things for you, to be loved and accepted. And that destroyed me.
Jesus.
Nova, how about you? I know you're texting. You texting your boo?
Yeah,
So I'm gonna be over soon.
How does
I'm about to get
you know
up
what?
out of here.
Actually, let's switch gears because we've been on this topic for a long time. Let's switch to toxic baby
I
daddies.
knew you were gonna do
I'm not
that.
talking about that. Because look, who has kids? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You are the only one without kids, babe.
You lucky mother.
And I completely understand why. Completely understand why.
You hold on, girl,
So
till you
look-
ready, girl. Don't let nobody rush you or your uterus, girl. You hold on, girl.
I'm done.
Okay? Hold on for all of us.
So let's start
You
with
got
this.
a question?
Yes.
Okay, what's the question?
What is the... So what's your baby daddy like?
Dang.
He's a very responsible man. I
Yeah.
got nothing bad to say about him.
Okay. So...
You gonna give him something tonight, girl?
No, girl.
Because he's so damn responsible.
Girl, you crazy. The boat has synced.
Oh, not that responsible. Okay.
Have you guys experienced toxicity with your child's father? With your... We ain't gonna say baby daddy. We're gonna say his child's father.
Yes, I like
What's
that
your
term,
father?
child's father.
Yeah.
Child's father.
That ghetto shit out of
Baby
here.
daddy.
They ain't babies.
So let's
Some of
start.
them,
Toxicity between you and your child's father. Have you experienced that?
Yes.
What was your experience like?
My experience was, let me see. So my baby daddy, well, my daughter's
Child's
father
yep.
is 10 years older than me. So then off rip, that's already kind of like a
Age
lot.
difference, yeah.
Yeah.
So
How young are you?
I'm 31.
Okay, so he's 41.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
when I met him, I was 23,
Okay.
and then he was older than me now.
Okay.
You know?
33.
So,
Yeah.
so
Not too
whatever. I had my
bad.
daughter at 26. When I was with him, you know, it was definitely different.
Yeah.
But for some reason, like, I mean, you know, we wanna feel like we can trust that person. Like, to me, I feel like, you know, a man leads. You know what I mean? But I lost myself. I lost myself. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that you could just be in a relationship and just let somebody lead.
Yeah.
That's not always the case.
If he's
That's
a
right.
leader,
Yes, but he could have leader tendencies.
Yeah. We can
lead
and then
too.
you can also be young and be also kind of like brainwashed into
Yeah.
living under his shadow and shit
yeah,
like that.
all the time.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, fast forward, whatever. Point is, once things didn't, we had like a couple businesses, ideas together, and once the relationship was done, he took everything.
What you mean everything?
Jinx.
The ideas. Damn, he's gonna see this.
So Shawty,
Okay.
so Shawty should have signed
But
the
we
NDA.
cool now.
Shawty
You know
should have
what?
signed the NDA.
Yeah. Because all of this is going to
cool
just
now, no
spark
shade.
a
No
No
conversation
shade,
that
but
needs to
look,
be
next
happening.
time don't do my friend like that, cause I'll find your ass, and I ain't scared too. Stole my friend
Oh,
stuff.
shit.
Okay, so how did
Okay,
you come
so,
back from that?
So how I came back from that? So I had to step low real quick.
Yeah.
Because it had to do with, like, we had a really public relationship.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was really public. So our business was really public and
Yeah.
everything was kind of really public. And then I know what was mine. You know what I mean? I know
Right, right.
what I did and what I didn't do.
Right.
So
Yep.
how you gonna
Play
you
me like,
know
yeah.
that's just mine.
Come on,
like,
come on.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly
So
what you mean.
When he continued on with the journey of what was ours,
Yeah.
and decided to like disqualify me on some shit as if like I was in the face of that,
Yeah.
or like a lot of my ideas wasn't there. I had to step real low, go on social media, make a video,
Get
and post
petty
it.
and get petty.
Yeah.
Toe for toe.
And you be saying I'm petty, Aisha.
Toe
Yeah.
for toe.
You be saying
And
it's necessary sometimes.
And then he went and obviously backlash back at me too.
Yeah.
But I didn't care. Like, and then after that, obviously everything died down and everything was cool.
Yeah.
But I just felt like I had to say what I had to say
Right.
because, damn, is all of this gonna be online?
Yes,
got a good
ma'am.
editor. We got good editors.
Look,
in the back.
I dealt with like it wasn't just like, it was more of like a narcissistic dynamic.
From him or you?
because
from
he's
him.
older than you,
Or from
and
both of y'all.
that's what happens.
No,
Okay.
I'm not a narcissist.
Okay.
I recognize what a narcissist is.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I cannot have narcissistic
Right.
Characteristics.
and behavior.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that I am a narcissist.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I felt like I needed to expose the person that everybody on social media loved. They love you.
You the type to
not
pull
no
up at the
more.
crib, huh? Pull up at the job.
No.
Nah?
No.
Okay.
Friend said
I've
she
never
gonna
I got a
done
girl
nothing
like
like
that.
that.
She don't give a damn about being petty.
I give a damn.
Messy.
No,
I do too.
I'll be messy and
She-
I'll be petty as if like I will expose you, but I would never. I would try to very little to like embarrass myself, like
Right.
like I don't wanna. I like to see you get that energy out of me. It's just like I'm just embarrassed. Once I see myself getting to that point, I'm like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
And I recognize it
Get
when I
outside
be like
yourself.
crying, like,
Right, get outside yourself.
oh, you know when you crying and they just looking at you like, what the fuck is wrong with
Yeah.
you? That's when I'm like, yeah, it's time to go.
You gotta blame it on the alcohol and be.
Yeah, it's
I
time
wake
to
up in the
go.
morning like, what? I did that? Oh my God, that's not like me.
Yeah.
We're all set.
Must have been messed up.
We're all set.
Everything's cool now, though.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
But I'm
that
still
was
coming
as
for
far
you.
as the
Why
toxicity
is
went.
it so cool now? How did it get cool? Because you stopped fucking?
That no, we when I broke up with my baby daddy, I never had. Honestly, to tell you the truth, it's so fucking weird because a lot of people don't believe me. Like I've just never had that relationship with my baby daddy. Like once I decided that you was not the person for me,
Yeah, that's when
I
it's-
just
yeah.
never had sex with you again. And that's it. I would play house with you and be like, okay, let's try to make this work.
Yeah.
But I will be like, well, I'm not gonna have sex with you because I am emotionally not there, and you're gonna have to wait. And the waiting continued.
So you know what? When you date, other guys swear you're messing with your baby daddy.
And I've never
And I'm
messed
like,
with my
can
baby daddy.
Can we normalize the fact that you could just
I've
coach
never
on
did
it
that.
and not want nothing
Come on,
to
say
do with
it,
the
say it, say it.
individual
I never did that.
at all?
Honestly,
You know what I'm
like-
saying?
To
Okay,
tell
you
you
say,
the
oh my God.
truth,
That's what I got to
like-
say. Okay.
A lot of baby mom and baby daddy problems, I feel like, come from the fact that women are still giving themselves to their baby daddy without having like any type of like dynamic.
Yeah.
And that's a
a
problem.
sense of self too.
Sometimes, you know, on a holiday or
There's
something.
way too much dick out here.
What do you
Oh,
want?
after a couple of
No,
eggnogs.
no, trust me.
And
I
you
will,
opened a couple
I'll
gifts.
play the house.
You know, and
Oh,
you just
I'm
feel like
good at
being
playing
generous.
house.
Yeah.
And the
I learned
Christmas
how to
Eve
play
is
house
a-
when I was 5.
Friend.
I was playing house with my friends.
You a professional playhouser?
Bitch.
You're a professional
We was
playhouser?
playing house.
We
We was
gonna fake
five.
this shit.
I'm done.
But when these cameras is off,
I'm done.
we back to fighting.
I'm done.
Yeah, like I don't know.
All
I just
right.
never had that, and I feel like I pride myself in that. I pride
right.
myself in my baby daddy not being able to say that about me.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody
Now-
else want to talk about that toxic baby daddies? Because I want to know some stories.
Baby daddy.
You got, who got a toxic baby daddy? Toxic baby daddy.
Here.
I think you got something to say. No? Okay.
She said,
No, she's happy. She's very
you
happy.
happy?
I'm very happy.
Okay,
Yes.
say no more.
Can't
say no
you
more.
see her
I'm gonna leave you alone.
eyebrows?
I'm gonna leave you alone. Yeah.
Her eyebrows.
Cover yourself up. Cover yourself up. Yeah. She a wholesome woman. Cover that up. She wholesome. Yeah, baby. Woody Wood, you got something to say about you and your situation? Tell us, baby. We want to hear because there's all types
Don't
of
worry about their
audiences out there.
feelings. They good.
And you look at us.
They
Talk
good.
to us,
They
baby
be
girl.
alright.
well, I'm probably not going to be too specific about my
You don't have to be, babe.
situations, but what I will say is I agree with that whole point. Well, first off, this is interesting to say. So I always felt like it was a funny thing to have like more than one baby's father, I guess.
Yes, child,
I always
yeah.
like to say father of the children
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But now I'm in that situation where I have two different fathers. And with my first two sons' dad, I didn't have that sexual relationship after we were done. We were done when I was 6 months pregnant with my second son.
And how old were you at the time?
Wow.
I was 21.
And how old are you now?
I was turning 21.
Who
Okay,
was done?
and how old
you
are
were
you now?
done? He was done? Who was done?
I was done because he wasn't responsible. Like
Yeah.
he was
Yeah, that's
prior
a
to the
turn off,
kids,
guys.
he took care of me. I lived with him. Like when I was homeless, I went to live with him. When I was in high school, he would be the one to drop me off, pick me up, give me money, buy my clothes, all of that stuff. And he was 9 years older than me.
Yeah.
And he was in his double digits when I was like a teenager. He was like over 20. And
We're going to bring that shit up later.
You gonna bring it up?
Yeah, we're going to bring that up. That's a common thing.
Predatory.
So when I was like 6 months pregnant, I was like, listen, we would talk about things like just things about family, preparation for things that we needed, whatever it was. And it came a time that I started like taking care of like the bills and stuff. And I was going to school and I was like, well, Naga, this is not about to be a situation. So we still lived with each other up until I moved to my next apartment, and then I had my son. My second son was like 11 months old, and then we were done. But we stopped having sex when I was like 6 months pregnant.
Is it easy? Is it easy for you not to? Is it hard?
It was easy when we were still living in the house together.
At any point, because I feel like a lot of times when the baby's involved and you're still wishing and hoping for something, is your most vulnerable piece. He come and say whatever.
I think it depends.
And you know what I mean? Because you want that so bad.
I think it depends on where you're at mentally, because you can be. My sex drive was down during that time. All I cared about was how I was just coming out of a shelter, so. Coming out of a shelter, having your first place, and you having to take care of everything, and him not really. You guys having problems prior to that, and then having problems during that time. You're like, look, I'm not trying to do any of that stuff. I'm trying to just, you're thinking about how to take care of your family. Like, that's what you're thinking about. And then afterwards, I was like, no, like, we never had that situation. Like, it was like years, over 10 years later that we wound up like reconnecting in that type of way. And that lasted a very short, like a day short period. Like, it wasn't gonna happen.
Speaking of sex, right? My friend brought up a great topic of, do you feel people who have been in relationships ever in their life, do you feel obligated to have sex with your spouse no matter what?
No matter
what, but
like, is it your duty as a girlfriend, as a wife,
It
to?
is.
Ooh, can we get a unanimous hand? Can we get a little hand raise?
Yes.
Can we on the same page? Okay.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's your duty to maintain yourself.
I agree.
For how?
A lot of
At what
people-
cost? All the time, every time, anytime.
I feel like it's your obligation to maintain yourself attracted to your man.
We're gonna do a little ding-a-ling-a-ling.
No, it is.
Because we got some. Okay. What you
feel
think? We're gonna come around.
I feel like it's a duty too. I feel like even if, like, say that his love language may be different than yours, and he may be more into affection, because you don't get that a lot. You think that women are like totally into all this affection, but some women are not. They're like more laid back, more I forget the word that I'm trying to think of, so I'm never gonna waste time on it, but they are more laid back. They're not as affectionate in that way, but that might be his love language. So you have to give into that a little bit more, because you don't want him out there cheating on you or having other thoughts or whatever the case is.
But it had to take my married friend for me to think about that, because my single self did say, oh, you ain't obligated to do nothing for nobody. And honestly, I still in the back of my mind feel that way, but bringing up the part like men connect with their women sexually, romantically, and sometimes that's all they have, and their needs need to be met. What you think? Let's come down to Zada.
Let me see.
Okay.
Let me see. So, how do I say this? I feel like I said a few minutes ago, like, I feel like it is definitely I feel like us women, like, sometimes we can get ourselves into this mentality of entitlement, of like, well, I'm your woman, I need to have all this love. Oh, I had your kids, this is why I look like this, and da-da-da-da. And it's just, it's so easy for us to just fall into this, like, fucking sorry-ass mentality of, we're clearly not happy with ourselves. We're like fucking, depressed and jealousy, and we just had all these kids and all this stuff. But it's like, if your man is there and your man is a good man and he is supporting of you, why are you nitpicking on, well, I just had a baby and this is why I feel this way about myself, and this is why, you know what I'm saying? Like, at what point in your relationship, right, do you be like, okay, like, let me get myself together. Like, you know, I don't feel happy with myself. Let me get myself together, because I don't feel like, yes, love goes deep, but we're humans. Yep. Like you can't expect for somebody to just love me how I come. Like, no.
Love is an emotion.
I'm not loving somebody how they come all the way. I'm not. Because if you have bad life lifestyle habits and I am living a healthy lifestyle and you decide that you want to live a bad lifestyle habit, you have fucking low maintenance for your body, you shit like that, and it's affecting now our sex life since we were talking about sex, then I don't need to deal with that. I am going to bring it up to you and we're going to speak about it and I'm going to be like, hey, like whatever, like let's spark it up, like I need you to do this, like, or let's do it together, whatever it is, or it might be the other way around.
You know how many unwilling men there are unwilling to change what they've been doing in the bedroom for the past 10 plus years? Like, this is the stroke I've been doing. I gave it to Keisha, I gave it to Veronica, and I'm giving it to you. And like, it's like either they're unwilling or they don't know how to change.
No, I just feel like at that point, like that's when you're not like in sync with your relationship. I do not believe that men don't want to give you the same dick. They just not really vibing with you at that time.
You don't think they just boring sometimes?
You're not vibing. No, they're not vibing with you.
Or you could be vibing with them too, you know?
Yeah, you're not vibing with them. You might be thinking about somebody
dynamic.
else, right? You might be wishing like it was. But I don't see why two people that each other are not gonna vibe with each other.
Yeah. Okay.
And if he was giving you the same stroke and you was on the same time as him, you gonna be loving them strokes.
Ooh, work the middle, work the middle. Zada. Are you obligated to have sex with your husband?
Fucking
boyfriend?
No.
Nothing.
There's no obligation. There's sharing of space and time. I believe things are not black and white. I believe the circumstances are different. I believe job has a lot to do with postpartum, after having child has a lot to do with it. There's a lot at stake. And I think seeing something from just the image of the picture is different than when people interact. I'm a widow.
Yeah, that was my life on IG. Woo!
Yes, exactly. So I believe that two people have to share and they go through different stages of life, right? Yep. Like I was living on my own when I was 18. I had a Range Rover and a beautiful job.
Ooh, she said Range Rover.
I also used to model. And I had it, and I was grateful. I lived right by Riviera Beach, and I was dating a person when it was convenient to me, and that was my, like, what I wanted. But, like, if I have to say I'm obligated, then I lose me because that's not what I wanted, right? So going back to obligations, I think people are obligated to communicate.
Yes, ma'am.
And the communication is that I just gave birth to a child and maybe I'm going through postpartum and maybe I don't fucking want you or I don't like you.
Have you ever had a boyfriend have an issue with that? How did he take that?
I mean, you have to be confident and content with you to even accept anyone.
Right.
So
and that's what I was going to say. Like, not to interrupt you, Zara, but like you have to be content with yourself. Like if you don't feel good with yourself, how the fuck would you expect to even have sex with somebody else?
Exactly.
Like what people need to understand in relationships, like, it's not about you, it's about me. And what I feel towards myself, I will bring to you. So it doesn't matter like how you feel positively or negatively, whatever, it doesn't matter how you feel. You're going to bring that into your relationship. So it's best to pour into yourself first and then give to your partner.
Yeah.
But people don't usually understand that concept until there's a failed relationship and they realize that, hey, I was pouring into, similar to what you said, Jennifer, I was pouring it into other people and then I realized that, hey, maybe I should give that love to myself and then start to pursue a relationship. But doing it the opposite way is the recipe for failure. It's the formula for failure. So love yourself, pour into yourself, and then A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Indeed.
H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Q, R, S, T, U, V. W, X, Y, Z.
The other part is that we evolve in life, right?
That's
like
right.
Every 2-3 years, you're not the same person. We have different desires. Right. You may have different fetishes or whatever the case might be. And the only way to get to that step is to communicate, not to have expectations or obligation. Because once you obligate and have expectation, it becomes a job, and you're like,
that's right.
I'm out.
It becomes a job. Yes,
you know? So going back to womanhood, I am a feminist. I embrace me and my energy 110%. And I believe, like, when I'm 20, 25, 30, 35, I'm not the same person I was when I was 20. Mm-hmm. So we have to, walk alike. So if I just gave birth to my beautiful daughter and you love her big brown eyes, know that I was in pain and know that it came with pain. So I may take a month or two to get over that or work out or whatever the case might be. But at the end of the day, I do believe that it's communication that makes relationships work, not expectations. Because this Virgo would not.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah.
What is your culture? What does your religion say a wife should be doing with her husband? Because are you going against the grain?
No. So first and foremost, there's this like persona of Islam. I am Somali. Nothing Cape Verdean. I do look like Cape Verdean. I'm Somalian. So the religion is very beautiful. So there's just, let me tell you a snap of it. When woman gives birth, the breast milk is, the husband has to beg, pay for it, plead, do whatever he needs to do to make sure the baby is fed. It's not her obligations to breastfeed the baby because it's her boobs and it's her milk. So if he needs to provide for his children, he has to do whatever necessary to make sure that happens. So just like a mother feeding their baby. And then going back to like,
I can see you with one. I could. I can see you in Dubai.
Yeah, they do. Women are like they put them in a pedestal because you asked for her hand. You took an oath to take care of her. She can work if she wants to. She doesn't have to work. You have to like provide for her, buy her pads if you need to, make sure her shoes is right, her hair is right, and if she's not where she needs to be, she could say, "I want to divorce you the way
like
you
a
smell."
princess, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not power. It's
She's a princess.
It's
Now, this is in the name of Islam.
anyway. Yeah, exactly. And
Would you
Islam.
say it's very matriarchal?
No, it's very fair. Why? You think you could just take this girl from her house and do whatever you want with her? Absolutely
take her
not.
from her family.
You have to take
It's a
care of her
different-
because
it's a different
she will
idea than
provide.
Americans.
The other thing is that it's about peace, right? Because when you give birth, you need to be at peace. You need to be content and happy.
Yes, you do.
If you're over here chasing some baby daddy, worried about what he's
Crying,
doing, what that nigga's up to,
running.
then
Yeah.
you're not fucking like taking care
From
of your children.
abuse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So,
very
like,
true.
That baby has
He is
energy.
creating a bad environment
Zara.
for the woman. Your kids are gonna suffer for sure.
Yep.
So like, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
So now that I have a daughter, like, and I date whatever, like, if this guy is stressing me out too much, I'd be like, you don't give a fuck about me because I need to go be a mom.
Somebody's mother.
Yo, and that's the thing. Like,
You don't give a fuck about me. You're stressing me out.
right after
Too
you have
much.
a mom.
Like, if I don't argue with my baby daddy, I'm not gonna be arguing with you.
Come on. What a bill it?
No, seriously.
Cause no, seriously,
So-
that's the realest statement ever. If I'm not arguing with my
I feel
baby
like
daddy,
that needs to be
why would I
appreciated
argue
more
with you?
for women that have moms, like, if
100%.
you are talking to a girl that has a child and there is no drama with the baby daddy, you need to
Come on, you need to match that
correct.
same energy.
For real, appreciate that.
Period. Period. Because that's a peaceful woman.
So-
and that's one thing that I can say about this lady right here, and from experience, this lady right here. Cause this is my first time meeting ladies, and except for you.
My besties, these are her
But,
besties.
like,
right.
it takes a lot to not be a bitter bitch, you know, like a bitter.
Appreciate
bitch.
that.
Literally, because there's a lot of women out there, and there's a lot of men out there that are
We're
bitter
very
bitches
bitter, destructive.
that can literally, like, they don't care that they have children with you. They want to get to
hurt
you.
people.
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah.
Like,
but
put that
guys
child
too,
to the
though.
side. Like,
Yeah.
it don't matter. Like, their main goal, their main focus is to sabotage you, is to stress you out to the max.
But you know that so most of the times it's the other way around.
Yep,
It
women.
be the guy with the girl who's crazy as fuck.
Yo,
And
there's
so like I can't deal with it
And the good woman with the fucked up nigga.
because it's like I can't deal with
But
it.
you know what though? I talk to a lot of my homies who are single dads, and they're with crazy ass women who don't let them see their kids.
dynamic.
I don't
And
like
I feel
that.
for,
Yep, it's yep.
I feel for them too.
I don't like that. I feel for them.
I feel bad.
I feel for them. I personally, it's hard for me to be with a guy who has a baby mother who doesn't respect.
Yep. That.
And also like you gotta take in consideration the age of the
Yep,
child.
100%.
Because if your child is like how old?
Listen,
And-
hold on, no. I'm about to change this up for slightly, just a half note. As we're talking about baby daddies and toxic baby daddies, I want to bring up family members. So we talk about brothers, we talk about cousins, we talk about uncles and granddaddies who aren't good baby daddies. And because they are family members of ours, we're not putting up the same standards as we do for our own men.
Oh, damn,
You
I
know what
don't
I'm
have
saying?
that.
Because I know that I've held my brother very accountable. I told him, I'm not fucking with you if you're not going to be a good father to you. And I still feel the same way. if you're watching this. You know what I'm trying to say? What business of mine do I have interacting with you knowing that you're not there for your kids? And it's the same thing for uncles and cousins and everything. It's like at this point, I can't exist with you at the barbecue, bro, unless I know you doing what you're supposed to do. And that goes for mothers too.
I've been around a lot of women.
Mothers and daddies over here.
I've been around a lot of women who are
come on now,
bullshit ass
come
moms.
On, sorry ass mamas.
No,
sorry ass.
I can't speak about no man in my family right now.
Yes, ma'am.
But I've came across a lot of women. Like I was a hairdresser for a long time.
Come on.
Now I'm a personal trainer.
Come on.
So I've came across a lot of women. I've been in a business of serving women, and I've met a lot of women, and I've came across some bad moms.
Come on. Come on.
And nobody would think that's some bad mothers.
Come on. Come on.
But what would make a bad mom?
Let's talk about
what makes
it.
a bad mom?
Can we go
bad
on it?
mom?
Look. Let's all share at least one thing that we think.
A bad mom. Okay. For example.
What makes you a chips mom? Your chips.
Chips. You from New Jersey,
man? Minimum.
Oh, okay.
A bad mom is a mom that don't care nothing about their kids' whereabouts. They don't care about their kids' education. They don't care nothing about what they're eating. They don't care nothing about what they're wearing. Yep. They don't care nothing about what they're doing. They don't care nothing about who their friends are. They don't care about nothing about their kids.
Right.
And I've seen that first experience, and it's so heartbreaking.
Or mothers who like don't support their children
at all.
And like things they like.
Things
they like to do. Not shit that you want to take them to do.
Right. The child likes type shit. That
shit
part.
they like to do. Not the shit that you seen on IG you want to take them to go do.
And I feel like a negative dynamic relationship with your mom is more detrimental than a negative relationship dynamic with your father.
I believe so.
Your mom sets the tone for every relationship that you have in your life.
Because she could have decided not to have you, but she didn't.
Come on. And look, whether she's in your life or not, she still affects the dynamic that you have with other people. And I feel like people really need to understand and get to the depths of the trauma that they have with their mom, because that is like the template for the rest of the relationship that they will have throughout the rest of their life. Mm-hmm. Whether it's with a man, whether it's with a woman, whether it's with a job, whether it's with a homie. You feel me? The relationship that you have with your mom sets the tone. And it's really important for people to ask questions regarding their trauma with their mom. Who was my mom?
Listen,
what did I want to do? What did I
guys,
not do?
Though,
yes,
like
100%.
Girls,
100%.
Girls,
100%.
when you're dating a guy, ask him about his relationship with his mother. I realize the guys who adore their mother will do anything for their mother. They'll do anything for you. And the guys who say their mothers abandon them or they're whores and I can't stand that bitch, they're not going to be very
Who's ever dated somebody though with a
all.
narcissistic mother that the mother thinks that that's her man?
Oh,
I have not. Thank
We're
God,
not doing that.
What was your experience?
You're missing
well, they be trying to date this son. They be trying to date this son.
You.
Jennifer.
Yo, no, seriously.
Because a lot of times she don't have a man and her son's her man and her son's the only man in the house. And she don't want to let that go. He take out the trash, he fix everything, and she be damned if you come and take that shit.
Oh, no.
Because she need her own man. She need her own man. Mama, you need your own man. You need to let your son go.
Jay, come on, tell us. Because look, I feel like your perspective is really interesting because like the dynamic between your mom, the dynamic between you and your mom was severed pretty much. Yeah. So the relationship that you have with your partners is impactful. So what was that like for you firsthand?
It annoyed me because he's still, until today, he's 34. He was going to be 35, but he still lives with his mom. Yeah, no. And he ended up having a kid. I met him when I came here. And the thing is, like, his mom does everything for him. Cook, cleans, wash his clothes, go to his room, fix his stuff. So he doesn't do anything on his own.
At 35 years old?
And he's actually about to buy a house with his mom.
Okay.
With his mom.
Okay.
So we actually was trying to get together again, but I don't know what I had in my brain. So when he told me actually he was going to buy a house with his mom, I was like, you're buying a house with your mama. So meaning you're going to live forever with your mom. He's like, oh, you can come live with us. I was like, hell.
Nigga, no.
I mean, if you had a big house with like a left wing and a right wing, you know what I mean?
The thing is like,
depends on
it's not
how big is the house. Because look, I have a son. Look, I have a son.
But
them
that's the thing.
grandmamas, them in-house grandmamas, they be everything.
My thing is like, I don't mind.
Because she didn't have kids.
Narcissistic mom though.
She didn't have
But
kids.
that's the thing.
okay,
I don't have a kid,
Yeah.
and he has a kid.
Right.
He lives with his mom. He has a whole relationship with his mom, and literally, he say his mom is his woman. He say his mom is his woman.
He's a victim.
He's like
He said it from his own
Is he a
mouth.
single
His
he's a single
first woman
child?
is his mom.
Okay.
Is he a single
So-
child?
No, they two.
Oh, there's two of them.
But it's like everything is about. Listen, I love that he actually have a good relationship with his
Right,
mom.
right, that's
but
one part
I
to
feel
it.
like he is irresponsible on a point where he doesn't grow up because his mom is always taking over everything.
That's the
and
one.
it's like, hey, did you eat? Hey, did you don't like? And no
Yeah,
matter
you
what,
can't even complain
and
to her.
then,
Can't even complain
and
to
then
her.
his
Come
mom
on.
is looking for someone, and the thing is like, I was a good deal because I was someone that could take over her job later on.
That part.
And for me,
You were auditioning.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like everything is what his mom wants first. Oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And it's like, you can love your mom.
My son don't like it like that.
Oh, yes. And like that.
No.
My thing is like, she will complain about
Don't
his.
go there.
You see the? Cause girl,
My son don't
What
like
you
his
say?
coffee.
What you say?
Like that.
No, actually, his cousin is the one who always tell me, he doesn't like that. He doesn't like this.
okay.
You got the whole bunch.
Oh, no, it's the whole family.
Are they getting ready?
Yeah.
But can I speak on something? My family is a mixture of Trinidadian and black Southern from Georgia, right? And I love my grandmother. I love her to pieces. But we grew up with her saying, girls clean the house, boys don't. Girls clean the dishes, boys don't.
that's a
Girls
Caribbean
come
thing.
inside.
That's a Caribbean thing.
Girls come inside. But honestly, if you ask me where those boys are today, they're not doing very well. The women are. But it's that like grandma
it's
was
this new
misogynistic as
generation.
hell.
The thing
and,
is,
I
like,
do believe in
was-
like gender rules though.
You do?
I'm not gonna say that I don't.
You
Let me
have-
say something.
okay,
Listen,
hold on.
my son is going to wash dishes and wash his drawers and cook and everything just like any female, bro.
Listen.
You know what I mean? You know why? So he don't have to come to my house when he's 30 years old asking me to do that shit. Or looking for your daughter to do that. Cause to me, that's survival stuff. You can't boil an egg.
Like,
You know?
my thing is like, a man can learn to do those stuff, not for the benefit of a woman, but for her own benefit. Because when you come on in the man life, you want the man to be able to take care of himself. I'm not telling you to be a housekeeper, but I want you to be able to help me. If we are together and we have a family, you're supposed to help me. I'm not saying you have to, but as a
gonna cook? Who's gonna-
partnership, as a partnership, you should.
No, go ahead. Yeah, as a partnership.
As a partnership, you should actually support each other. Yes, a man has like back home we have like certain things that men do and certain things women do.
Yeah.
If it's one thing, my grandma always say, a man on a kitchen, no.
Yeah.
But then,
Oh.
yes.
But listen,
Because,
a lot of Caribbean men, they know how to cook and clean.
They do cook.
My Trinidadian grandfather, he was cooking better cleaning than my grandmother.
Would take care of the hard works, the job that woman will not do. So the task in the house was divided by.
Can we talk about bills in the house?
Gender roles.
No. Listen, when
Gender
Aisha's
roles.
going to speak,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, after
Aisha's
that,
going to speak. And I want to
100%.
talk about 50-50, 90-10, 80-20.
Yeah.
Aisha?
So I just
Oh.
wanted to say something. Earlier we were talking about how there are these horrible women who don't take care of their children, right? And then there's the opposite spectrum, which is this mom who don't have her man and who's obsessed with her son, and she raised her son. So it's called emotional husband, right? So both extremes are like uncomfortable with everybody, but the more reason I support men and women having children together and actually raising their children together, and the gender roles doesn't play. It only depends on where you live. Like my spouse, I mean, our agreement is I'm not having no fucking kids. Yeah. And then he's like, okay, when we're 60, I'm not staring at your face. And I was like, okay, well, you can take care of your kids. I'll have them. And then we came to an agreement. So I had my babies. And then I never put them down. Yeah. He will bring them when I need to breastfeed them. And like we had an arrangement. And I think that's the part that we forget is we live in a country where we are all from different countries, right? Yep. All of us. I'm Somali Muslim. Yep. With blue hair one day, with labra the next day. And I'm not the norm. Married to a Dominican guy. Alhamdulillah. But the other part is that it's arrangement. I mean, like, thank God. Gracias a Dios. See, so the other thing is like it's an arrangement. He's from a mom with no man. She's like 41, fine, I'll have a baby to wipe my ass when I'm old. That's how she had him, and he grew up to be this amazing person, and he could take care of his mom, he could take care of our home, and he would do dances with my daughter to give her a shower. He would do a lot of things that showed that he's a parent, and also he was a provider, and I was providing as well. I played a role that I chose to. So I just wanted to see the whole picture. The idea, it isn't that we play a role. The idea is that with communication, that we have something that we want, both of us. We could support each other.
Right.
And like, yeah, but I mean, I'm an only parent, and I hope I stay that way for a very long time.
Yeah.
So I can dedicate my time to my children, and before the distraction, I become a horrible mom, or I become obsessed with my son.
Oh, God.
The same dynamic, right?
100%.
So I just want to support each other as a woman to see where the flaws might be, where your mom failed. You know, she was only 15.
Right.
Where another mom could be obsessed with her son, and she's like over here want to breastfeed him at this age.
Right.
It all comes from either too much love or no love.
enough love,
You know. So
Two
we-
extremes. Two extremes.
Two.
Where they got that
That's why you have to have emotional.
belly?
Like,
Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on.
So
That's a good one.
Let's normalize communication and what's normal between two people, because you know, I know couples when they go home, he wants to be doing the dishes and the girl wants to play games. But when
Yep.
they're outside, he's working hard and she's right behind him, making sure that he's okay. So I just want to normalize communication and love as human, and then raise your children to be beautiful human beings.
That's
Because
right.
at the end of the day, all this gender,
Yeah.
in 15 years,
gender
this may not be a
roles.
thing.
Gender roles.
It's important how it is in my house.
You're gonna have robots
it's
cooking and
important
cleaning. You don't have to argue
communication,
about that
but
shit
it
no
should
more.
be important not just communication,
Yeah.
but understanding.
Yeah.
Comprehension
Yeah.
of what's going on.
Come on. Comprehension.
Yeah, because
That's
you
the
can
one.
have communication, but without comprehension, it's like it's not gonna go anywhere.
That's the one.
Yeah, communication and
that's the one.
comprehension.
When you lose that adoration for that person, that's it. Like, you gotta, it's a choice. Like, love is literally a choice. You gotta choose, like, shit is not gonna be good. You gotta choose to love that person.
Yep.
And adore them.
Yep.
Like, once you lose that piece where you don't adore who they are anymore,
Yeah.
like, you just, it's
Yep.
really hard to come back from that.
That's a really good point.
Aisha?
That's a really good point.
And I would like to go on.
I actually do agree with you on that, because when you really love the person, you naturally get into your role
Yeah.
as what you are as their partner.
That's very true.
So you don't
Like-
have to ask us to lead. If you're doing your job, we gonna follow you,
Yes.
fellas.
Because if you see that your
Exactly.
partner is providing and taking care of you, you naturally go into your making sure he has you appreciation of you.
Feminine
You're
role.
feeding him. You're making sure dinner's on the table. And I do want a man to be capable of taking care of himself, but I want to know where I fit in his life. Yes, he can cook, but I'm feeding him while he's at work. I'm making him lunch.
Yep.
I know if he's tired, these things are done prior to him getting home. And it's not really gender roles, but it's my act of love to him. It might be giving, it might be taking care of him. And I agree with, like, the communication thing is like really important. Like, I feel like a lot of couples, they break because they're still on this, like, I'm gonna pretend, either for social media or for this relationship to continue, and they never really say what they want.
Yeah.
Like, your partner has to say, like, this is what I need.
Yeah.
You know, I'm focused on building our life financially, but I need you to build the home, take care of the kids. I need you to make sure when I come home, all my stuff is prepared for me. And a lot of times, the leadership comes from that. The man needs to say, this is who I am, this is what I do, and this is where you fit in.
And do you feel like if the woman is the one who is initially, and do you feel like if the woman, because some relationships, let's say, can start off as where, like, the man can give out the alpha vibes, but he's not really an alpha, and then you end up being the leader of everything, and now you're turned off, and now you're like, I need a better man, and he's looking at you like, you're wrong. Oh, you're not holding me down, type of thing. And it's like, yes and no.
The role when a man is not available, because a man.
We'll save it.
No, a woman, like, the thing is, like, when you're not available.
When they're not available, we're not available.
No, when they not available.
Yeah.
That's
we pick up.
yes,
Yeah,
because
we're scared.
because by nature. I think. Huh?
1, 2,
Oh.
3.
By nature, we women are nature, like, we nurture, like we stop. But the thing is, like, most of in a society where we live right now, majority of the women are carrying themselves on a masculine energy.
100.
Because, and I say that.
What is this masculine
And
energy?
I say, what I was saying, masculine energy. Because,
Yes, tell us why.
I will say like me, I own my own business. I have my own thing going on. So I carry myself pretty on myself.
Come on.
So everything I do is according to what I can benefit and can get better. Because right now I'm in a place where I'm looking into me. So a man that comes to my life, already I had that situation, feel intimidated because they don't feel they has a space they can fit in. So the reason why I carry myself like that, because again, even though I didn't have my mom there, but I didn't have my daddy there, even
That
he was
part.
there.
Come on.
I had to like take a role in my life where I have to do everything.
You have to adapt.
Step up.
Yes, you have to adapt.
To bring that down.
Exactly. You want that. And that's the thing. When I'm dating, I'm looking for a man that I can feel he is a protector. He has the energy when he comes around. I'm like this. Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Yes, daddy.
Hey, look, hey.
I just want that man that has the energy. That makes me feel.
Listen. Question. When is the last time you called a man daddy and you meant that shit?
Okay, that's a good
First
question.
of all,
That's a good question.
You can say it for him, okay?
That's a good question.
When did you mean that shit?
One thing, I do not call no man daddy.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
either.
No man daddy.
He ain't earned it yet.
I did a little
that
bit.
part.
I don't like my thing.
I'm done.
My-
Not as
When he
fun.
deserve it, hell yeah.
When he deserve
My
it. Come
thing
on.
is like I never called no man daddy, but I had a man that I was willing to actually do everything for him.
Yeah.
Put in myself as a woman and take care of everything.
Yeah.
But he wasn't mentally ready to actually step up as a man.
And
What did he
Accept it.
need? What did he
Exactly.
need?
Accept it.
What
He
was he
needed
missing?
to grow up.
You can't teach that.
No, this
It's
is another
time.
one.
I know,
This is
it's
another
time.
one.
Yo, men be like 50 plus and still be acting like they're 21 years
100%.
old. Dressing like it and everything.
That video I sent you the other day, it's this video called it's this video on I can't even think of the name of it, but it was this guy who was a divorce lawyer for at least 20 years, and he was basically talking about what did you just mention?
I don't know, I'm a little high.
But he was basically talking about.
You can't be asking what the fuck I said.
You do need to be-
It's gone.
Oh my God. They're killing each other in here.
God.
Poor Cricket.
I'm so sorry.
I want to ask you, ladies.
can't be getting that.
I want to ask you, ladies, something.
In with the background and shit.
I'm not the host, but I want to ask something.
Get you some ice. I'm done.
So, do you guys think I know that we all women, we want to look good, we want to be feeling good, pretty, and all that stuff. We all want to be on our best. But you think that that's the most important thing, because we live in a image society nowadays.
Instagram society.
Everybody is concerned and worried about their image, how they look like, how they present. So we live in an environment where everybody want to be acknowledged. Everybody want to be accepted. Everybody want to be
Validation. That's a word.
yeah, validation. They want to be valid, but anything that I do.
That
Do
part.
you think that to be accepted as a woman that you are, you need to be making up and
Right.
doing all that stuff, that
Right.
work on yourself?
Right.
Well, we was gonna bring up that plastic surgery comment.
100%.
Yeah, and you just rolled that in.
Say what you gotta say, because we finna ask this question.
So-
I do feel like it's destroying us.
Yes.
So, I'm gonna say that I feel as a woman, especially in the relationship, it's good to maintain yourself,
100.
to stay sexy, to stay confident.
Come on.
For yourself, but also for your partner.
Come on,
How
right.
the fuck my bell came way over there? I was having fun.
And for everybody around you,
Yo,
because
cheers. Right.
I found out that when you are not confident in yourself, you kind of bring around you bring your whole circle down.
Come on.
Like even
Come
your
on.
friends, because
Come
you
on.
make unhealthy choices, which
That's
make
right.
them make unhealthy choices. You start kind of nitpicking on your relationship.
Yeah,
Why don't
on the
I
low,
look like
hating
her?
on your
Why
girl.
my friends
What?
like this? And then you start kind of having negative thoughts, insecurities about everything about you. And, people around you, like, are they judging me? Are they looking at
Yep.
me? Am I fat? Well, why don't I get invited to things? And working with the plastic surgeon that I do now, I see a lot of moms coming in and wanting to kind of rekindle their relationship and focus on their like husbands kind of getting their needs met in the relationship, because your body changes.
Yep.
You know, if you have twins, it doesn't bounce back.
Poof.
It can, but it doesn't.
Come
you know,
on.
you're breastfeeding, it doesn't bounce back. To be able to kind of get your body to where you're sexy again, where you can be a great mom because you have a great relationship with your partner. You know, you guys
Yep.
are still, you know, feeling sexy, feeling confident. You know, your kids see it. You know, your kids
Yep,
see
they sure do.
if you're confident in the way you carry
do.
yourself, that's what they're gonna like. They're gonna be
right.
like, man, mom was bad. Mom was beautiful.
Yep.
Like, I love when like you hear kids like, oh my God, my friends
My
think my
mom's so
mom's
pretty.
hot. Or I'm
Yep.
the hot mom.
My son, when I put on makeup, he be making me feel like everything.
Don't
And it-
they?
yeah, and it makes
does.
your-
They sure
Yeah.
It makes you happy because your kids are like proud of you, but then it makes you happy too if your partner's proud of you. Like, yeah, my wife still got it after like 50 years.
Yes,
Like, I like when
yes.
those old men, you see them and they still smacking their wives' butts.
Yeah.
And they still
Still
Yeah.
flirting at
So
like
look.
80 years old. Like, yes.
So
I
look.
think it's important for relationships to have something higher than just their relationship. It needs
Yeah.
to be some type of, if it's not religion, then it has to be spirituality.
Yes.
100%.
You have to feel like this person is something bigger than you.
Yes. I
You
said
need
that.
to feel
Yep.
like, yeah, this person is my twin flame. This person
Yep.
is my soulmate.
Yep.
Or this person is this. You need to feel like this person is literally your other person. If you do not feel like this person is your person, you have no business in being with this person.
Okay. Okay. How about this one? I got one for you. She twerking on me. Cut.
Bro. No, cause that shit is real.
It's true.
Because look,
like me,
like
I cannot
you
pursue
need
a
to not be
relationship-
wasting time.
I cannot pursue a relationship with anybody who is third eye is completely closed.
No, for
like,
real.
I am
That's
good.
true.
I just said that.
That
It
is
was
You don't
so
know
true.
me.
Today.
You're only gonna get to know me so much.
That's right.
Because you're
That's
not gonna
right.
be asking me the deeper questions. We're not gonna be speaking about the moon and the energy in the universe. We're not gonna be speaking about childhood trauma.
Yep.
We're not gonna be speaking about how that has affected me now,
Yep.
how that's affecting you, or why you are the way that you are. If we cannot connect in a spiritual level, there's just no point in a relationship.
we're wasting our
You're
time.
forever gonna be a hamster in a wheel, just chasing what's new in society and your day-to-day base. And this is when work and coming home becomes boring and
Yep.
becomes a problem.
Yep.
Because you have a routine.
Yep.
You don't have no guidance.
Yep.
With yourself or with your relationship. This is why, like this, they make it about this day-to-day thing. It's not a day-to-day thing. I do the same shit every day.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I eat the same shit almost every day.
Okay. Come on.
But that's my routine.
Right. That's my. Come on.
That's my routine. I feel good. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I have certain things that I want to eat every day because it feeds my body the way that I want it to, or because of whatever it is. There's certain shit that you just do every single day, and something that you do every single day doesn't always have to be bad.
Yep.
But it is bad if you don't have no guidance. You need to have something bigger than you. You have to have a belief.
Yep.
If you do not have a belief, if you don't believe in God, or if you don't have a religion, or if you have no belief as yourself, as a soul with somebody else, I don't know how far this relationship is going to go for you.
Totally agree.
As a human.
You have to have something.
Yeah, as a soul. Like,
on the spirituality, I think it also has to be the same like financial goals. Like if you have a partner that isn't really like organized financially, doesn't make really great decisions, you're not like working on a home or working
Yeah.
on retirement
Yep.
or working on investments or working on
Yep.
just the
true.
future. It's like a lack of leadership.
Yep.
Because now you're like, why aren't they thinking about this? Y'all just spending. And then that puts a stress on the relationship because you're like, well, you know, if an emergency comes up, what the hell are we going to do? You know, if I get sick, what are we going to do? You lose your job, what you're going to do? But when you have a partner who's sitting there who's like, this is the plan for our future. This is our budget. This is what our goals are, you know, 10. You find someone that literally can kind of write a plan and you see progress. Like you see you guys went from, you know, ramen noodles to a house with
Yeah.
like 3 cars. I feel like that's a goal you both have to have. Because even if the woman is not financially behind her man
Yep.
and he's saying we need to save and
Yep.
she's maxed out like 40 credit cards, that's a very unhealthy relationship. But I see those.
But
though.
you know what? On the flip side,
those.
though, men have to deal with that a lot.
100%.
They do. Men do have to deal with a lot of poor.
Some of them don't know how to say no to their princess.
Because they just want to have some badass bitch.
Yep.
It's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you for that ass. It's gonna cost you.
That brings us to our next
though.
topic, y'all. Look, baddie culture, y'all. Baddie culture. The Ari Fletchers, you feel me? The Jada Waiters, like,
Okay,
are those
so
types
also,
of
right,
energies
in
ruining?
relationships, when you're in a relationship, right? At what point do you look at the relationship and you're like, okay, well, this was the journey. You know how we break up with somebody and we're just so fucking heartbroken and, well, I had kids with this person and I cannot see myself having like another baby daddy or whatever. At what point do you feel like, no, my purpose with this person was just up to here? Do you ever recognize when your purpose with this person is done? Anybody ever felt like you've hit that point where you recognize what the relationship really was and the lesson in between? Like, that's when breakups become easier. When you recognize, even friendships, when you recognize what that purpose was in your life. I was supposed to meet this person. We spoke about this before, right? We spoke about this before. Like, how do I say this?
Like, it's about, like, you to not be so fucked up about the relationship, you have to look at it from a bird's eye view. Like, you have to think of it from that person's perspective. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you gotta take your emotions out of it. Exactly. Exactly. Like, at the end of the day, like, don't take nothing personally. It is so intense, like, living in this third dimension, like the heaviness, the depth, the energy, the people, the places, the smells, everything. But it's like, you can't get too caught up in it because Earth is a life lesson. We came to Earth to teach. Earth is a universal teacher. You feel me? Like, we came to Earth to learn. Everybody is here to learn a lesson, to evolve and move the fuck on. You feel me? We're not supposed to be stagnant. We're not supposed to be. We're not supposed to be stuck. We're supposed to be constantly moving. Yes. And at the end of the day, your partner, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your mom, your daughter, your sister, your brother, is placed, and I say placed strategically because that person was placed
so you
in
can
your
evolve.
life to help you evolve to go to the next level. It's like a video game. Don't get too caught up, because then you'll be fucked up and you'll stay stuck.
Stepping stones.
Where you are.
But
feel it,
Jennifer.
Learn it, and keep moving. Because if you don't, you'll be depressed. That's where depression sets in, and that's where anxiety sets in. And depression is living in the past. Oh man, I'm stuck in wherever I was in the third grade. I can't move on because of A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Oh, I'm anxious. I'm focused on what I'm supposed to be doing in the future, and I can't be present fully to learn whatever it is that I'm supposed to learn. So really the gift is in yourself. And it's learning to be present, and it's learning to be fully present. But you really can't do that until you learn, like, what it is not only that you're supposed to do, who you're supposed to be, and the main thing is not to learn to not take things personally. I think that's really the big bell ringer. Like, take your emotions out of it. Take our she-goes out of it, because it has really nothing to do with us. It has everything to do with our personal evolvement.